Hey guys, it's Misty from the Book Rat, and it is day 5 of my first impressions week. I'm pretty sure it's day 5. If you're just joining us all this week, I am sharing excerpts and my initial thoughts on a whole host of books that are coming out soon or have just been released, and sharing a little teaser so that you can get a feel for the writing and decide if it's something you want to pick up. Today we are taking a look at The Forgetting by Sharon Cameron. A lot of you expressed interest in this when I showed it in a recent book haul. I myself was pretty interested and ready to dig in, so I'm going to share a real quick teaser with you and then get into my thoughts, and I'm thinking this will probably be a quick video because I don't have too much to say, but all of it is good. The full synopsis as well as links to the book will be in the description, so you can check that out there. But basically this book is about a society where every 12 years they undergo something called the Forgetting, where they devolve into violence and just craziness and mass hysteria, and then all of their minds are wiped and they wake up and just kind of start again. So pretty interesting premise, and I think a pretty interesting excerpt, so I'm gonna get right into it. So this is from a prologue of sorts, and here we go. When I first opened my eyes, I saw a room of white stone, and the light was bright, too bright, coming into the room from 2 high windows. I have never been so afraid. I don't know this room. I don't know this girl who woke with me, or these children that cry, their faces streaked with black lines. They've forgotten too. But this book was tied to my wrist, and the book says I have a family, and that my family will be marked with dye, so I'll know them. I think I have to believe the book. There is violence outside. We've barred the door. I don't know what else is outside this room, but I think there are more of us, and that they did not wake up with the book. I want to scream like they are. I want to cry like the children. I want to claw my own skin and find out what's buried inside. I want to know who I've been. The book says I knew this forgetting would come. That it's happened before and will happen again. We have to write it all down. Everything about us, as the book has told me to do now. The children with the marks on their cheeks run from me. I think I am their mother. I will read them this book. I'll tell them their names, and I will tell myself mine. We are made of our memories. Now we are nothing. It feels like death. What have we done to deserve this piece of hell? From the first book of The Forgetting, page 41. Now, I was going to stop there because that's kind of a perfect excerpt, but I'm going to read you just a tiny bit of the first page of chapter 1. As I've mentioned before, I'm really intensely passionate about the first line of books. I often will judge them by the first line and decide whether I want to read something or buy something based on the first line, and this, I think, has a pretty intriguing first line. So, I'm just going to read you the first paragraph of chapter 1. I am going to be flogged, and I don't know why I'm so surprised about it. Intriguing. No one could take this many risks and never get caught. I don't want to be caught. I drop flat onto my back without a sound, stretching full length along the top of the wall, a wall that's only a little wider than I am. There's a long drop on either side. I clutch my pack to my chest, squint my eyes against the brightness of the sky. No. I've always known I would get caught. I just hadn't thought it would be today. So there you have a little sneak peek of The Forgetting by Sharon Cameron, and I'm going to get into what I thought, which is basically this. I'm in. I'm sold. If I had picked this up in a store and read those 2 little excerpts, and I would have bought the book, absolutely. It pulled me right in. It's laying the groundwork for a really intriguing story in that plunge you in way that doesn't feel completely confusing, but that doesn't waste your time or bog you down with info dumping. It is what it is, and you have to go with it. There's enough confusion to keep you intrigued, but it's clear enough that it's not actually confusing. I still read my, standard 25-30 pages or so to give you a first impression, because who knows, things could change, but honestly, I knew what I wanted to say about this book within minutes, within a page and a half, because it just is perfectly suited to me. This is the kind of book that wins me over and draws me along and promises a really intriguing world and world building and characters and conflicts, and I'm sold. I'm there. I'm ready. So, there's really not much to say other than that for first impressions. I didn't really have any negatives. I didn't have anything that hoping will be different down the line, because everything about it so far was working for me. So possibly our shortest first impressions ever, but there you have it. Those are my first impressions. As I said, the full synopsis and links to the book will be in the description, so you can find out more about that there and pick up a copy or add it to your Goodreads list, which I would suggest you do. If you were intrigued by that excerpt or by the story itself and are wanting to read it, chat with me about it in the comments, and if you have read it, please share your thoughts. But that's all for this First Impressions. If you want to catch up on any of the other videos that we've had this week, I will leave a link to all of them in the description, as well as links to my excerpts and First Impressions playlists. But that's all for today, so thanks for watching and happy reading!